Hey, this is Mark. Today I'm going to show you how you could target any element on a web page to launch and display a pop-up maker pop-up. I'll be using a slider plugin called Smart Slider. You could choose anyone out there. This one comes with a nice example slider that has two slides, and each slide has text like a heading and paragraphs, a button, and an image. And for each of these slides, I want to target the image to display a pop-up. So when I click on the text, for example, this is the end result we're going to be seeing here right now. If I click on text, nothing happens. If I click on the next slide button, I'll see the next slide. But if I click on an image, that'll launch a pop-up maker pop-up. So the first slide, the image, when I click, will launch this pop-up. It says, you just read slide 01. Let's go to the next slide and we'll see that, again, if I click on a text, nothing happens. But when I hover, I'll see my pointer changes and it's clickable. So over the image, when I click the image, it'll launch another pop-up. It's a different pop-up that says you just read slide 02. Okay, so let's see how we could do that. So behind the scenes here in the back end, if I go into the page editor, the block editor for that page, you'll see it's basically got the title and the Smart Slider block. That's it. Very simple, nothing wild. Now when we go to my pop-ups, I've got two active pop-ups, one for the first slide, one for the second. Let's disable both. And we're just going to walk through the steps like you're editing a new pop-up and you want to connect it to an element, so those images, to display when somebody clicks on that image. So let's edit this first slide pop-up, slide 1 pop-up. There's the content. I'm not going to change that just for the interest of time. But here I want to delete this trigger so that we simulate, okay, we've got something, we're starting from scratch, and I'm going to add now a new trigger because right now there's nothing that will cause it to display, cause this pop-up to display, so we need to add one. I'm going to make it or keep it a click open. I don't want to use a cookie because in this demo I want to display that pop-up every time I click on an image. So let's click add, and here is where I need to add a CSS selector to tell this pop-up what to listen for or to what click to watch out for so that it could display. Okay, so that means I need to go back to my front end and I want to switch to the next slide. I need to reload this because we want to make sure the pop-ups are disabled. So here, when I click on the image, anything, no pop-ups are being displayed. So this is the first slide. Now Pop-up Maker has a tool under the admin toolbar. There's an option to get a selector. Okay, so that's at the top, admin toolbar. Drop down to the tools, get another submenu here, and I'm going to say, or click get selector. And it'll say after clicking, click on the element. So okay, I'll click OK. So after clicking OK, click on the element. I'm going to click on the image because that's what I want. And it'll give me my selector or the selector for that image, which is a HTML ID because it starts with a hash. And I'm going to copy that and paste it into this extra CSS selectors field and click add. And that's it. I'm done here. So I want to say that. Well, let's enable first. Got the content. I've got the click open trigger, no cookie. I got the selector. That's that image in that first slide. So let's click update. Let's reload this because let's test. It's a good idea to test right away. See if that's working. Okay, slide 1. Now my pointer is changing. When I hover over the image for slide 1, click on slide 1 image, and I get slide 1 pop-up. Awesome. Okay, let's do that for the second one. You can see the second one is not working yet. Let's go back to the pop-ups. So we're done with pop-up 1. Let's go to the second one, and we'll do the exact same thing. Okay, there's the content. Let's delete this just to show you how I would add a new trigger, keep it click open, turn off the cookie, click add, and here I need a selector. Go to the Pop-up Maker admin toolbar at the top, drop down to tools, click get selector, click OK, click the image, and copy the selector, which is an HTML ID for this example. Come back to your editor, your pop-up editor. Under extra CSS selectors, paste that selector, click add, and then I'm going to enable the pop-up so it's live and update it to save my changes. Okay, that's done. Let's dismiss that tool, the CSS selector tool. Reload the page. This is the first slide again. We know that one works. Go to the second slide, click on that, and that works fine now. Thanks for watching.